Squid Game. Have you seen it?
I will never watch it. That is so not my style of movie or show. I'm not into violence for entertainment. So that's never going to happen for me.
Huh.
People are calling it torture porn.
Squid Game?
I will never watch it. Yeah.
Torture porn.
That's the hashtag that's getting, yeah.
It's fine. Like, I've seen 3 episodes. I kind of got it.
People love it, man. People love it.
People don't just love it.
They
love it. It's like the most popular show in the world, right?
But it's unbelievable, but good for them.
But I like it's like I don't hate it. It's not a bad show, but it's not like it's fine, right? Like, this is the thing that I don't get. Like, it's fine. I don't understand why this took off, the way it has.
Well, I wonder also, you've lived here a while, and I think that style of Korean drama is something maybe you're used to. I don't know. I can't put words in your mouth, but versus the rest of the world hasn't been introduced to this style. And it is a very specific, the K-wave, it is a very specific style. So
I have a question for you to ask to me.
You want me to ask you a question?
Yes. Ask me if Korean television shows are good.
No, why do you always want to be controversial on the show?
Last week it was
the horse meat, and
most of them are terrible. Most of them are really bad. From I was trained in theater. This is what I went to university for. And
you're such a snob.
I know. I know. But so that's my tradition. That's the traditional background I come from a Western theater drama background. So when I watch Korean television shows, it's just like it doesn't work. Like they don't work in a dramatic form the way drama is. Is supposed to work, but there's no consistency in a lot of these shows, and a lot of them are just really bad.
They're just turning them out now to turn them out, but that's Hollywood does that. Everyone does that. So, that's
not saying that Hollywood movies and are good either, right? I'm not saying that.
I think
Squid Game isn't bad. I'm not saying it's bad.
Yeah. I think the argument though is I don't watch enough to have like a standard opinion on it, because I just don't. I'm not. Yeah. But what I really like about the K-wave and K-drama is very different from Hollywood, which in the dramas here, there's a beginning, there's a middle, there's closure. It's not going on like, Law and Order season 29,
That is a good point.
You can always count on a K-drama to end, and you can enjoy the end. It's not going to lose the money and all of a sudden it's just gone and disappeared. It's going to have a beginning. It's going to have the middle. It's going to have the end. My first one, what was your first one? My first one was before I moved here, and it was Boys Over Flowers. And I was like, I love this. I loved it. And then my latest one was, and it's still not new, was Mr. Sunshine. Woo, that was good. Tears.
See, just because I say they're not good doesn't mean there's some that I haven't.
Oh, there's some, too,
right?
Of course, but in general, right?
Yeah, and So, but there's a reason why I'm bringing up Squid Game. My dog is here and he wants attention. Give me 1 sec so I can.
That's okay, because my cats and / kittens are running around here. So, all right. So, what's the?
We're a Jeju podcast, right? So,
we got to support the animals. They're going crazy right now there. So,
I've been inundated with think pieces. This is what's been driving me crazy. Half crazy.
You as a
reporter
reporter have been, yes.
It's like all the think pieces and all the commentary and all that. Can't get away from it.
It's a lot.
Right. Well, apparently in episode 6, which I haven't gotten to, there's a character, player 67. She is a North Korean in the Squid Game. And she mentions to one
coming
of
to Jeju.
I one day want to go to Jeju Island.
Yeah.
And that's it. There's one reference to it in season 6.
I know.
But the effect of that one reference, have you seen?
I just see because there's memes about it, especially because we live on Jeju. So, and I of course everyone's referencing it, be it funny or thinking it's amazing. So yes, I've seen it.
Right, but so Google Trends is a thing you can go on Google and see how terms are trending on usage. And so during the week the show came out, which was September 17th, Jeju scored a 100, which means it was the top of its popularity.
Everyone wanted to know what Jeju Island was.
Everybody wanted to know what Jeju Island was because of that.
Good. Because we need more tourists.
Oh, definitely. And then which leads to a next thing, which is the Jeju Tourism Organization had made a web page that said, what would player 67 do if they came to Jeju? And they made an entire page about
I think I saw that. I saw that on Instagram. I saw that.
Yeah, it's actually a smart idea. It's cute.
It's why not? Why not do it? Sure.
I would. Yeah,
we should have done that.
That is a great. We should have stole that. So like they would be like, what would she do if she moved to Jeju? One was like open up a cafe. Another one was go surfing all day on Jungmoon and stuff like this. But it's just crazy to me that one reference in that show, and it could eventually cause tourism on Jeju to bloom, or just interest. There's so many articles that like, she mentions Jeju Island. Where is Jeju Island? Tons of these articles.
Anyways.
But I think that's it.
Power of social media, man. The power of the TV and social media. Sure.
Yeah. Medium is the message, as another good Canadian said, Marshall McLuhan. So now it's time let's go on to see how Ju Young is doing. Go do
excellent. Our latest lesson. Last week was a winner. So we're gonna see if we can, I don't know. Last week was so good. It's gonna be hard to top it. By the way, listeners, if you haven't listened to last week's and you want to know about Blackpink and why we talk about poop on the show, you need to get on it. You need to go back and listen to episode 15
and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and all the other channels.
All right, highly entertaining. So let's kick it off.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you hear that? The quiet settling in. The wind has seemed to come to a full stop, and the moon's been salted in place, as if the tension here on Jeju rises in anticipation of another phenomenal, prodigious, and incomparable segment of Jeju Dialect Corner with our august teacher, Ju Young Han. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me again.
I love that you just used all those big words and then you didn't pronounce corner correctly.
I know.
Good job, Darryl. Good job.
I try my best. I do what I can.
That's funny.
I'm gonna falter.
So it's going to be hard to beat our last episode last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever we did that.
Good. It was a good one.
Yeah. I listened to it a couple times. That was one of it was definitely my favorite.
Yeah. It was pretty good. Now that we've all patted ourselves on the back and tooted our own horns. What do we have this week, Ju Young? What do you got for us?
Okay. There's one of my favorite expression on Jeju. It is 뽕끄랭이 먹읍서.
Whoa, that's going to be a big one. Okay, I'm like, whoa, I should have written this down before the lesson. Okay,
I really like it, 뽕끄랭이 먹읍서.
먹읍서 뽕끄랭이.
Darryl, do you know what that is? Can you guess?
먹읍서 has to do, 먹읍서 means like eating.
Yes.
Okay.
뽕끄럽. What is that again?
뽕끄랭이. It's an adverb. So
it's an adverb. 뽕끄랭이.
I have no
that doesn't
idea.
sound.
Yeah.
So it literally means that like eat until you have a full stomach.
That's
like
awesome.
it's like eat now, eat a lot now, otherwise you are gonna get hungry later, things like that. So like before you go to work or go to school, like mom or like parents always say like 뽕끄랭이 먹어라.
Really?
So, I like that.
Your parents said that to you a lot when you were growing up?
Yeah. But now they don't say that to me anymore because they want me to lose some weight. So
they're like, stop the eating.
The opposite. Yeah. Stop eating. Yes, exactly.
Now, Jeju, is this just like friends and family, or would someone at a restaurant say that as well? Perhaps.
Maybe at a restaurant, the owners can say that to you.
Okay.
Oh, but usually, usually before, people who work or, do some labors, like physically or mentally, and then like whenever you serve food to those people or, your children, 뽕그랭이 먹읍서. Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Okay.
뽕그랭이 먹읍서. I have to use
I don't even
that.
want to. Yeah.
Actually, there's one restaurant at Sage. Its name is 뽕그랭이.
Oh, that's really cool. Eat well.
Yeah. Eat a lot. Okay. Yeah.
Eat a lot. Eat a lot. Eat a lot. Okay.
That would be the English translation to it. You eat a lot, or
well, or
bottoms up, whatever the equivalent.
Bottoms up, or like are you full?
Yeah, like or help yourself.
Oh, there you go. Help you.
But it's like help yourself. Like you can eat, whatever, how much.
Keep going.
Yeah.
But
it's
so that
like
makes sense.
Have a full stomach so that you have like enough energy to do something.
Yeah.
So what is the Jeju satori of the word?
So 뽕그랭이 is an adverb. Like full stomach or full. Something is full. Like your stomach is full.
Okay.
It's 100% Jeju dialect.
Oh.
And 먹읍서 is a part of that is standard Korean, and part of it is Jeju dialect.
Yeah, the ending of it is Jeju dialect.
Yeah.
Upsa, that part, and 먹어 is just the Korean of it. That's great. Yeah. I'm gonna use that one. As I use all of them.
I'm going to use it after I see it written out, because I can't do it by ear. I've learned that about myself. Like Juju, when I'm listening to you and I'm looking at your lips, I'm like, okay, maybe. But for me, I need it written out. And then I'm like, okay, now I understand what she's saying. Yeah.
Same here. Like when, I study Japanese or English, I think for me, I think I have to read something to in order to learn,
to really get it done. Yeah.
I'm also not a very good listener. That doesn't help.
Yeah, sure.
As you two have probably noticed. Yeah.
So that was excellent. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ju Young. This is going to be a short one. We have so much to get over and do. And we will we'll see you in 2 weeks for a lot more. And
enjoy today. It's a beauty.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody. Bye. And that was another stupendous corner with Ju Young Han. Thank you so much for being our teacher again. And
always thank her. Yeah.
Yeah. No, she's
I'm just
fantastic.
saying always. Yeah.
Yeah. So did you know what Thursday, which is today, was?
Well, that's such a weird question. What are you talking about? Do I know what Thursday is?
I'm tired. It's late. We don't usually record this late, but I'll give it a shot. Today is actually an important day in Korean history. It will be an important day in Korean history in some regards, because today Korea launched its first domestically developed satellite launch machine.
Whoa, that's big.
Yeah, Korea's entered into the space race.
It has gone up, or it's going to go up?
4 p.m. today. Earlier
oh my gosh, that's really cool.
Yeah,
I didn't hear that at all.
I know, right? Like Moon Jae-in said, like this will be the ushering in of a new age for Korea. And
he's trying to go out on a high note. Hey,
he's trying to get peace. He's trying to do a lot of stuff.
I feel so bad for that man. Yeah. Oh, but anyways, okay, go ahead. That's awesome.
So they did this. I mean, they tried to put a dummy satellite into space, as a test, not fail. Right. But at least they got a rocket up there. And the cool thing about this, I mean, we are again a Jeju podcast, is that the Korea Aerospace Research Institute has a tracking area on the island. And that was one of the tracking places that was monitoring this rocket as it went into space.
Ooh.
Right. And I was just it just got me sort of thinking, how could I like space, such a stupid thing to say, but I'm interested in space travel. I get to cover it occasionally for my newspaper. Cover space, cover launches and space programs. And I thought what could, Jeju's got its fingers in as many pies as possible.
Sure does.
How can Jeju get involved in the space race? Like, wouldn't that be kind of interesting if it could, like, I don't have an answer to it.
No,
But
yeah.
they already have like the Aerospace Museum here, which I haven't had the chance to go to.
It's interesting just to see like the history. It's not,
you've been.
Oh yeah. I like to do touristy stuff. So that was one of the things I hit. Also, their cafe up top is really cool. But that's it's interesting. Yeah. I have an answer immediately. Is I say don't get involved. I think there's enough that Jeju is trying to achieve or says they want to achieve, and they have yet to do these things. And to me, that's just one more thing we're putting out there instead of really working on the promises that they've given the residents and set up long term. So right away, that was my immediate response was don't get involved. Don't get involved.
Can't you imagine a politician going like Jeju's going to be the Mecca of space travel as it's the Mecca for everything else.
Yeah, it's a Mecca, but in general, maybe just finish up some of the long-standing promises that they've been giving, and then take it from there.
No, just to put this out there, no one said anything about developing Jeju.
It's
just an idea that I was
like what could it? Yeah, but that was my honest response was like, nope, no.
Yeah, I can't imagine them launching rockets or anything from here. But I mean, we're short on time, so we have a fantastic interview coming up with Jason Lisko, who's the musician.
I'm excited to have him
responsible for our intro music.
For our intro and outro music when we're not introducing new bands. He put up a little ditty for us, and it's actually quite cool. It's cool. Yeah,
it's hit. All the kids are liking it.
Oh gosh, here we go. Anyways, but I've asked him to be on the show quite some time ago, but he has a newborn, and he was just so busy getting his music and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to have him on. Let's head on over there.
So now with us, all the way from Seogwipo,
Samyang.
Oh, you're in Samyang. I should have asked it before. I'll start that again. Now with us, all the way from Samyang, is Jason Lisko, who's for those who have been listening to our podcast for a while, will know his music because he does the music for the intro to our podcast. And now we're very fortunate for him to have found some time from making music and being a father to be with us on our podcast. Thank you so much for being with us today.
It's my pleasure.
How's Samyang
nice to see you.
Well, I mean, I think all over Jeju today, the sky was amazing.
Unbelievably
the
good
clouds,
fall day. Yep.
We had some nice cumulus clouds and warm sun.
Did you go swimming, Jason?
No, I went swimming yesterday. I'm going to go swimming later tonight, actually.
Okay.
After.
Jason, and for our listeners, Jason is an aficionado. I'm not even going to say that right. Aficionado of cold pools. So Jason likes a little cold pool action in his life.
I like swimming in general. I like jumping into the water. It doesn't have to be a cold pool. I'm just lucky to live by a really nice,
good one,
and deep pool.
We'll teach their own, I suppose. Because that's not my cup of tea.
Let me just say this. I guarantee anybody who wants to come visit and jump in the water with me, I guarantee you will not regret it. It's one of those things, like many things in life, that it can make you afraid, or it can make you just want to shove it off to the next day. No, it's scary, or it's just intimidating. But without a doubt, after you get out of the water, you have no regrets, and you're so glad that you did it. 100%. I stand by that.
He could be a commercial. You could
money
be a commercial,
back guarantee.
Jason.
Money back guarantee.
Okay, we're actually having you on not to talk about the water, about music, but before we get to that, how do you get into the water? Do you like gently ease your way in, or
no? That is not.
He's
cool.
a jumper.
That is not cool. That is. I mean, I will do that, and I have done that. So if I'm forced, like, I watch the tides. So if it's a low tide, I have to go in step by step.
Scramble,
right.
Mm-hmm.
To the like waist deep part of the pool, and I just swim. I dunk. But when possible, I swim during high tide, and there is a little mini port down here by Samyang, and I saw, you guys work with Save Jeju Bada, and there's Mikuni Cafe, to give a little promotion. They did like a 50% off if you brought a tumbler for the last year. Yeah. And they're affiliated with Save Jeju Bada. Anyway, the port is right across from their cafe, and you can walk through like the men's only section right to the edge of the port. And it's kind of brackish.
It's deep.
It's a good mix of salt and fresh water, and it's about 3 meters deep at high tide, so you can just jump off the rocks, and you can climb up to a higher level and have a big jump if you want to.
Jason, have you written a song about these escapades?
So that's what I usually do. No, there's not a song about that yet.
You should write a song about that. I think this could be a start of something amazing.
So quick story.
It's not how I write songs. So.
All right.
Sorry.
Quick story.
So the reason why I asked that is my father-in-law does not allow me, even in like the hottest days of summer, he won't allow me. And yes, I'm a 40-year-old man, or almost man, allowed to just dive into the ocean. He has to, and I don't know if this is a Korean thing or just my father-in-law thing, makes me like pad myself down with the water. Like you don't have to just wade in, but like it's about the chestal area. Chestal?
Yeah. I've heard
for
about
your
it.
heart. Yeah, so not shocking for your heart, right?
And so he makes me like wait and pad before I go into the water, no matter what temperature it is. So I was very curious.
He seems to love you.
He's very, very cautious. He's a very cautious man.
Eat a super hot pepper and then just jump right in. Balances out.
Yeah, that's the way it works. So back to your music. How do you make music, man? Like what I'm a writer, and so I know how to write stories and stuff like that, but the writing music is completely different. I don't know how anyone does that, or how the inspiration comes for that, or what people write about, really.
I don't know either, to be honest. I mean, I'm trying to be, this is a question that's come up for me many times. And there's two parts to the music that I write, because I write music with words. Not all of my music has words, but that part of it is the hardest part. And the song, the music, the melodic or harmonic part of it, that's always there for me. Like I can't even turn that off. It's just, I'll sit down at any instrument, even if I don't know how to play it, and I'll come up with a riff, a melody, something that I can walk away with and be like, that's cool. You know, it might stick or it might not, but the hardest part for me is lyrics. And that's why I haven't written a song about swimming, because it's not easy for me to write lyrics without having some major, like, just moment of inspiration.
Sure.
And swimming is something I love, and I'm inspired to go, but you know, the words to express that, I don't have those words yet.
Yeah, that makes sense. I love hockey. Never gonna write about hockey.
You know, so I was reading a collection of Hunter S. Thompson for the ESPN Sports Desk called Hey Rube. It was published under Hey Rube.
You have it?
Yeah, I have it somewhere. Yeah.
And well, so in there he's talking about his friend Warren Zevon, who comes to his house in Colorado one day and says, "I'm going to write a song about hockey." And now I'm not sure if Warren Zevon ever did it or not, but right out of that book, you know, as a reference to a song about hockey, whether it exists or not. And if anybody was going to do it, it would be Warren Zevon, you know? So
It would. So Jason, you are now in Jeju with us, but where did your music take you? Did you come to Jeju, New York to Seoul to Jeju? What roundabout way did you end up here with your music?
I left New York. I went to Seoul. I was in Seoul for just a few months before going to Gyeonggi province in Bundang. And I stayed there for about 2 years, but that's kind of, I mean, unless you're in Korea already, you might as well just say Seoul, because it's,
Gyeonggi, though,
you know, it's just like a step away. But Yeah, and in 2017 came to Jeju with a lot of trepidation about everything about Jeju looked good except the music scene. To be honest, I was really worried about leaving the Seoul music community.
You had such a good thing going up there. I think, Jason, isn't that, I don't know if I met you here first or whatever, but I saw a couple of your gigs in Seoul, and it was such a good thing going up there. So I understand why the worry would be there, because it was good up there.
Right. We met in 2017 when I moved to Jeju, and shortly after that, I think I came down here in like January, February, and then in March, the Irish Association of Korea, the IAK, they usually will hold an annual festival for St. Patrick's Day. And while I've been in Korea, I've played it every year, except for the last 2 years because of, but coronavirus has kind of killed that vibe a bit.
Yep.
But with that Irish culture spirit and my band doing traditional and Irish and Americana, we would usually book a series of shows around that festival.
Right.
So you definitely saw us at something like that. I think,
HBC,
or maybe it
I
was
think,
one of the other. Yeah, one of the other. So for the first couple of years after I moved here, I would just travel back to Seoul and
instead of having shows down
gigs
here.
Booked, and I would just fly in like Friday, come back Monday morning or something.
What changed on Jeju that has kept you, I mean, you know, like what musically has changed that allowed you to be more active in this scene? Or has anything changed? Maybe I'm putting words in your mouth. Maybe nothing's changed.
Well, I'm not really connected to the music scene in Jeju. I just am doing music. And there's a couple of other bands that I know and like, and it really feels, honestly, it really feels like a distant memory because of Corona. Like when I came, there was almost no traction for the open mic at the bar in Sicheong in Jeju-shi. And one of the guys who used to live here, who you both know, I'm sure, Big J was the real like life of that at the time. But the first like few months that I went to open mic, it was me and Big J and maybe one or two other people. And it was just like, this is fun, but there is no music scene, or we are the Wagoki music scene. And I need to really make sure that I'm totally aware that when I say I don't think there's much of a music scene, I'm just not connected to it.
Right.
There's a ton of great Korean bands down here, but I'm not really sure where they're playing most of the time.
Well, and it hasn't helped that there has been music on and off, but so little music in the last 2 years. So that certainly doesn't help. But I predict that this winter and spring, that we're going to be resurrecting music, starting with your gig on Halloween night. You have 2 gigs, right? You have one gig during.
It's going to be
Saturday.
On the eve of Halloween.
Right. Sorry, guys. Saturday,
October
30th. So you have a gig during the day, which sounds really fun. And then you're also bringing live music back to the city, which is the thing I'm most stoked about. That should be a pretty fun show. This is your newest rendition of your bands, right?
Well, the band that I'll be playing with during the evening is a band that I've been really lucky. All of the musicians are much better musicians than I am in that band. So
okay,
I feel
doubt that, but okay.
No, it's okay. Their musicianship like alone is better. Maybe the creative side or the lyrical side or the vocal side, I can take maybe some credit there, but no, instrument wise, they're so much better than I am at their instruments, and I'm lucky to be part of that.
Are you mentioned earlier that you have an album that you're working on. Are you working with these guys, or are you pulling in some of your friends from Seoul? Like, who would be the main, what's happening on this album that you're working on?
It's mostly with these guys here in Jeju.
Okay.
But so this first album's going to be, it's kind of strange. We started playing under my name as Jason Lisko Band.
I was just about to ask you that. Yeah. What are you called nowadays?
We're still kind of, throwing names around. We're Orange Sun for our very next gig.
Orange Sun. I like that a lot, actually.
I'm glad to hear that. I don't want to be the kind of person who cares what other people think, but when it comes to band names, that's what people will see, and it will really attract an audience or not right away just based off of the name. So that is one area.
Blind Melon, come on. Definitely. Names are super important when you got a rock and roll band.
Yeah. And I mean, who's to say, like, Blind Melon might not do it for some people, but I heard their music and that sold me, not their name so much, but
fair enough.
Yeah. So for now it's Orange Sun, and that doesn't mean that the name wouldn't change one day if there's something that's obviously more suitable for our group and what we're doing.
So where are these venues? Where are you playing on the Saturday, the 30th?
Well, the daytime show is going to be at Badam Cafe, which is near Sancheon, or it's like in the complex or the park at Sancheondan Altar, which is
nice.
Yeah. So if you know about it, great. If you don't know about it, it's one of the more beautiful and I would say underrated or hidden gems of Jeju City, because it's so easy to just drive by it. It's not like there's not really a big sign and there's not a lot of attention given to it because there's not much there. But it's spectacular.
Great for a fall gig. I think anyone that I'm talking to about it is like ready to sit outside and hopefully, fingers crossed, enjoy some sunshine.
Right. So Sancheondan Altar is kind of like a place to go and give a prayer for, for the future. And I might go there a couple of days before and cut the grass to make sure it's nice and smooth for everybody to sit and give my own prayer.
I like this.
For good weather.
I like your gumption. And then the second show, for Darryl's question, the second show is at Indie Bar in the city, which is newly renovated. And I think everyone's really excited to go see what he's done in there. But that's honestly, I think Indie Bar has one of the best sound systems really on the island. It's so good.
Not just sound system. And this is so important for live music. He's got a backline. He's got a really high quality backline, which the backline, if you don't know,
I do not.
We're all like, sure, Jason.
So a lot of times as a musician, you have to carry all your gear with you. You go to a place and they're not set up for music. So you have to carry an amplifier. You have to bring the drum set. You have to bring the bass amp. You have to bring everything. Except, half decent bars that do like DJs and stuff. They have a PA system, speakers and mixer and power amp. But at Indie Bar, he has it's rock and roll. So he's got two half stack, like four speakers and like 100-watt, Marshall amp, 100-watt. I think it's
rock and
roll. Other amp that he has over there. He's got an Ampeg bass amp. And then drum sets, monitors, so you can actually hear yourself at the front of the stage. So he really, Zero, the owner of Indie Bar, loves music. He's a drummer. He's a musician. His friends are musicians, and they have great lights. They have great sound.
You just talking about it is getting me. Listen, Jason's an old friend of mine. And for most of my friends and listeners of the podcast, when I came to Jeju, I really worked hard to get the music scene going here and trying to do anything, because I came from Denver, Colorado, where you could listen. Darryl, I don't know if Canada, but Denver.
Yeah, Colorado, no, we don't have music up there. Yeah, it doesn't exist.
Good.
Neil Young had to move to California to start doing music
just to get signs. Your neighborhood in Denver, you can go to an honest to God, proper, good, wonderful show every night of the week. So I left that and came to, especially 10 years ago, it was really quiet here. And music was something like it ate that I missed it. And so this last 2 years, having so little live music in my life, when I say I'm excited for this show coming up, I am like, like I feel like this energy like in my belly. I'm just like, let's go, let's go, let's go. And all my friends as well feel that same way. I'm so stoked that you organized this, Jason.
Well, I also want to give a little quick shout out to the other band that we're playing with.
Yes, please.
Well, there are 2 shows that day. So at Indie Bar, my keyboard player is Francis Jaramillo. His band is Demon Hawk, and they're playing. And I
want to do the Demon
Hawk. I don't know exactly how
yell.
to describe them, but yeah, it's like. But
I can't. Yeah. But yeah, might scare
music
the listeners
so
off.
Weird.
I think everything gets weird, but I'm sure. And then during the day, we're playing with Banana Moon, Army of Mermaids, and this folk like ensemble called Frankie and Johnny, which is going to be.
It's going to be so good.
Cool.
It's going to be so good. So Jason, I was telling before you signed on to our little Zoom session here, I was telling Darryl what a storyteller you are. So I have a question for you, if you're willing to answer. In the 3 places that you mainly played music at, which was New York, Seoul, and Jeju, I'm sure there's others, but the 3, do you have a crazy story, like the craziest time or the craziest gig you've ever played? And I know I put you on the spot, so if it's too crazy, maybe we shouldn't listen to it, but we'll see what you say.
I mean, well, okay, for sure, there's most of the craziest and most significant shows of my life happened in New York City.
Yes, I would imagine.
Now, New York City, that's close to like Samyang, right? That's not too far from where you are.
It's actually pretty close to Canada. It's just a little south of Montreal. And like six hours or so, pretty close. So. It's all right. So I want to tell 2, not stories exactly, but I can at least share 2 examples of the life of music, the scene,
the vibe,
and I'm so lucky. Well, one of the very first things, I mean, this is a resume. Like, I played at Carnegie Hall.
Oh, hey, whoa! Well, that's a whole nother conversation. Okay, okay.
I mean, and so there I was, But no, it was actually one of those things where you're part of a school. In my high school, we essentially, our music program, which I think I can really give major thanks to the music program and the music department in my high school, which was in suburban New York, in Putnam County, New York, called Mahopac High School Music Department. And we went down to Carnegie Hall. I have to, because I don't think I would be where I am musically without that program. I played trumpet in the concert band, the marching band, jazz band. And we went down to Carnegie Hall and I played with the concert and the jazz band on the trumpet. And this is just like a mind-blowing experience, right? I mean, and I'm 17 years old or something, so it's just like, so that was, I'm pretty sure that was my senior year of high school. It might've been even earlier, to be honest. And I probably didn't appreciate it as much as I would now.
Who can when you're young? I was in the jazz band, Jason. You probably didn't know that. I was also in the marching band. And so for my senior year, we went to the Bahamas and we did a parade through the Bahamas because our marching band was top tier in the US. So we took a cruise and the jazz band played music on the cruise. And then the marching band did a parade through downtown Bahama.
So what did you play in the marching band?
I fear telling you this, Jason, because you're just going to be like, oh, really? Sure, Alexis, why don't you come play with us?
I'm gonna.
French horn. I'm guessing the French horn.
I once told Jason that one of my friends gave me a harmonica and that before I came to Jeju, I was really studying the harmonica. And I regret this to the day.
I don't believe that's what you said at the time. I believe you said
What did
I can play the harmonica.
Wait, you play the harmonica on a
I play a little harmonica.
A little harmonica, and I'm sure it was. I'm sure there was
How big
tequila involved in that, and then maybe it sounded cool to say, but really, I play a little. I did play a little harmonica.
Well, they're not very big.
Smart ass.
Yeah. Can you imagine Alexis plays the big harmonica?
No, but in the marching bands,
what did you play marching band?
I did the bass drum, and then I did little quads. But I started out as a flag. Then I moved to cymbals because I was obsessed with the drum line.
Color guard and crash.
Color guard. Then I moved to the drum line and I did the cymbals and did the thing. Then from the cymbals, I got promoted to the bass drum and the quads. So yeah.
And the quads are really cool for anybody that's listening. It's quad, 4 drums laid out in front of you. It's like or you know, opposite, but it might go from low.
Is this an American thing? I'm so out of the loop. I have no idea what's going on here.
Actually, Darryl, I was just about to say you really should step in because at this point, Jason and I could get lost in conversation about marching band. So you need to step in and redirect us right now.
Yes,
Darryl's from Canada.
We don't have music, as I've established.
One of Canada's great bands is Rush.
I've heard.
Drummer with one arm.
No.
No, what?
That's Def Leppard. I'm pretty sure. But and they're from the UK. But
never mind.
Rush.
Can we edit that out?
No, I don't know. It's not my show, but that I hope
we won't.
I hope you guys know Rush. And,
I do know Rush. He's the fastest drummer.
No,
hence Rush.
Yeah. Neil Peart, and he passed away 2 years ago from brain cancer. But their music is phenomenal. I mean, they're one of the great prog rock, rock bands. And
I thought they were from Canada, not Prague.
Oh no, they're from Prague. It's a little town in Canada that in Ontario.
It's from before when I actually didn't know what prog rock was. I had no idea. Progressive rock.
I'm gonna redirect this.
Rock. Sorry.
I
just want to say no. I need to tie this up because
you need to say this.
A marching band, a college football game did a halftime show. And this is someplace in the Bible Belt of the United States of America. I don't remember which university, but their marching band did a medley of Rush songs. Oh, so you can see like from the 50-yard line up in the booth, they're filming. And the beauty of marching bands in the United States is not the music as much as the visual, like, and the synchronicity of everybody in unison moving, making a shape, then blending into some other shape. It's art.
It's an art piece. You're right. And it's really damn hard. So you wanted to say that they did the Rush?
They did a Rush medley. Awesome. Gosh, I don't remember which university this was, but I was super excited.
We'll find it. We'll post it on our stories.
And no one ever mentions Canada's greatest band, the Tragically Hip. No one ever
Tragically Hip.
I love them. They're amazing.
I heard that the Bare Naked Ladies were Canada's greatest band.
You're going to start some people. We're going to get letters from people.
The thing with the Bare Naked Ladies is we all know them.
Okay.
Right.
Like, no, literally. Like I bartended. At the lead singers. I'm at like when I go to a Chris birthday party for like a bunch of kids. I'm like, oh, there's Stephen Page. Like literally. We all know them.
Okay.
I see them on Facebook and stuff. Right. Like it's not a thing, but. So we are a Jeju
redirect us.
Podcast.
Redirect us.
Both bands, by the way, real quick, have great band names. Anyway.
All right, Darryl, bring us back on board. Do it.
Yeah. So how? What are some of the things about Jeju that have influenced your music? We're running out of time here, so we got to get. We have a new thing.
We have a new segment we're going to introduce. So answer this, and then we're going to do
how
a new
has
segment.
Jeju influenced your music?
I think it's mostly through the other musicians that I've met here. There's a handful of people that I've become friends with in Jeju who are doing music, a variety of styles. You guys had Omar on. I don't know if you've had Eric Valletta on or not, or if you'd be
soon. We
in
hope.
doing something
Soon
like
we
this.
hope.
But both of those guys do completely different kinds of music than what I'm doing. But, you know, I've played with both of them. I've gotten to jam with them, and jam means just, you know, play music with no plan, with no,
Darryl does know what music is, Jason.
Well, I don't know. I mean, honestly, the word jam is, it's, you know, it's a bit of a musician word. So if you're not a musician, you might not know what jam means. Anyway.
So that's other musicians.
Yeah. From Big J, one of the guys who is doing
icons,
like, all kinds of acoustic, like punk style music when I got here. And you know, some of the other bands that I've gotten to play with at Indie Bar, you know, Zen Alone, like there are people that like I connect with on a level. Wabi Kang, you know, Banana Moon, all of these people that I've gotten to play with, it really makes me just, you know, want to up my game a little bit. So I didn't think there was a music scene here, but slowly I started to see, wow, this guy's doing this. This guy's got like a, you know, a metal band. This guy's doing like funky, folky reggae stuff, you know, and so it was through all the other musicians that I feel the most, and it is through all of the other musicians here that I feel the most influence. I'd like to say it's, you know, the women, the wind, and the rocks, but it's the other musicians.
You get, hey Hyobin, you get an A+ for that answer. By the way, that was legit answer.
Yeah, the
one everybody in
that I've learned from this interview from you,
it's true though,
is that like there is no such thing as an amateur musician, right? Like when I came here and I saw people at like open mics or whatnot, I'd be like, oh yeah, they're amateurs or whatever. But really, that term is incorrect because everyone can learn from everyone else, and everyone has a certain degree. Like it's often hard to think of like a someone who's a professional learning from someone who is an amateur or someone from an open mic, but to see that there's a community where everyone is kind of cross-pollinating and learning from each other kind of like refutes this idea of this amateur that I had.
Yeah, I think if you so there's a lot of people who play music and don't want it to be much of a, they don't want to do it publicly, or they're shy about it, or maybe they don't really know more than a couple of songs, but they go out there and they do it. I still take inspiration from all of those people, and I would even say on many levels I am an amateur musician. I'm just doing it, like on some levels I'm totally an amateur still, and on other levels I'm professional. I'm making it part of my, you know, it's part of my life.
We have 2 minutes, and so we would like to try to introduce a new subsection called the Jeju Five, which are 5 questions that we're going to ask you in somewhat rapid fire.
Yes,
we would
rapid fire.
We would like answers.
Okay.
Of course. That's why we asked. Okay. First question. Where on the island do you go to get away?
And don't reveal your secret spot. Just tell us where it is that you go to let some steam off.
Okay, got it. My secret spot. That's where I go to get away. Got it.
Yep.
Next question.
Damn it. I messed that one up. Okay, number 2.
What is your
I go down to
we're going.
We have to go. What is your beverage of choice at the Marts? Preferably GS25 and Jungmoon.
Well, lately Lagunitas IPA has been 3 for 10, so that's there. So that's big time. I'm so happy about that.
Next one, Jason. I'm taking the next one. I mean, Darryl. All right. The coast, Halasan, or an Ordum? What's your preference? Ordum. Okay. Why?
You know, Halasan's got a lot of it's too easy. It's not hard at all. It's not that it's too easy, and Yongshil, of course, is beautiful, but I think it's more hype than it's. I mean, Jirisan is much better. I love Jeju, but it's all about the Ordums here.
All right, Darryl.
What's something you know about Jeju that most others don't?
I think I know a lot of the myths of Jeju.
Nice. Nice. Okay. And I got number 5. If there's one thing you would change about Jeju, what would it be? TikTok.
I really wish that Jeju would just go plastic free, straight up, like as much as possible.
So no plastic. That's a great answer. And I think our teacher, I got to stop my dog. My dog loves beer. He gets all the cans.
What kind of dog you got?
Oh, just a little poodle.
I used to have a dog and he loved beer. He loved it so much.
Yeah. He loves beer and makgeolli too. He loves the caps.
My dog probably would have loved makgeolli if it was available back in the day.
So that was our first inaugural. Why can I not speak when I really am supposed to? Anyways, that was our first, the Jeju 5. That was pretty impressive. That was good.
Thanks for being our guinea pig, Jason.
Yeah.
No, that's cool.
We wanted to try this out for a while, and we've been bantering around. So if anyone thought they had a better question than the ones we presented, throw them our way via Instagram, Facebook, email, any of those things. Let us know what you're thinking.
Morse code and smoke signal. That's really interesting that you know about the myths, because actually that's something that a lot of people do not know about. So
they don't take the time to know about it, actually. So yeah,
I'm also
it's not even that. Well, it's not even just that. It's just that there's so many myths here, and there's so many different. Every village has their own stuff. So
exactly.
And they're kind of disappearing. The fisheries and agriculture department put out like a book on seafood and recipes, and each fish has its own myth in that book. And so I was lucky enough to find one of those. And I have like another book that the government put out on myths of Jeju Island. And I trade these things with people. I have like PDFs of them. So if you want, I can send them.
Ooh, we are definitely intrigued by that one, because we have our
hockey
own
cards.
Right. We have our own collection, but I'd be
except I never swapped hockey, baseball, American
baseball. So Jason, thanks so much for being on our show tonight. We super appreciate that.
Yeah. And if you guys are in town for the 30th, head up to where's this venue again?
Around 2 p.m. Go to Sanchandan Altar or Baram Cafe, which is near the back gate of Jeju National University in Aradong. And if you're in Jeju City, Jeju-shi, at 8 p.m., go to Indie Bar, which is right next to the new location for that taco place that was in AWOL and now is over here.
We're allowed. We can say their name. We're not
It's right behind. It's literally right behind the City Hall building. The first street behind City Hall, and you can't miss it.
Great.
Once you're there, you'll hear it.
And we'll share that info on our stories.
Yeah, we'll broadcast it. So hopefully we can pack that place full of peeps. What do we call young people today?
Chicks. No. Peeps.
No, peeps. Both of you.
Peoples.
Humans.
Humans. Oh,
yes.
Humans. That's
young humans.
Avant-garde.
But
we've advanced.
It's such a strange feeling to like want to have a packed show and also not want to have a packed show. I'm just like,
you're like, is this a good idea? I know. I don't think it's going to be packed, but I'm so excited. It might be packed. Shit, I don't know.
Well, here you
go, Jason. Cheers
to neither a packed nor a full show.
Oh, damn. Well, you can.
I want it to be 77%.
How about this? To a good show.
I'll
take that all the way.
Oh, that was awesome. I could listen to Jason tell stories for quite some time. I think he's a talker, and I like he has written some of the funniest pieces of music. Like he has this one song that's about, and I can't even, it's so much, but it's about doing karaoke with this girl. And it is by far my favorite song from one of my musicians here on the island. He's funny. We have to have him back though, because now I need to hear about that second story we didn't get around to.
I know, I had to cut him off.
Because he was like, I was saving that one and we didn't do it. I was like, no, So we'll have him back on and hit that one up
We use it as a teaser to get people interested.
to get
So-
people.
Yeah. So now, I'm Darryl Coote. She's my co-host is Alexis Joy. Music, as we already mentioned, is by Jason Lisko. Arts by Sarah Hodgkiss. And the outro music for this episode is also by Jason Lisko. It's called Made to Fly.
Hey mama, wait for me. I don't wanna go alone.